I would have to say that not focusing specific training on the spine is the biggest oversight of most martial art clubs out there. By improving the health of the spine, the whole body will benefit. If you think about it, the limbs, they grow out of the spine. We also have the nervous system running down the spine. Up here, the nerves feed into the brain, a little bit lower into the arms, a little bit lower into the organs, and a little bit lower into the legs. So every part of the body is going to benefit by having a healthier spine. The name of the game is space, creating space between the vertebrae. 99% of back problems out there are due to compression, which means the space between the vertebrae is reduced, it restricts movement, it restricts flow. The two most common back problems in today's society are in these regions. Here, close to the neck, too much leaning forwards, looking down, and here, too much of a hollow in the lumbar region. I'm exaggerating now, but this is the kind of curve we want to do away with. Okay, we want it more neutral. I can actually extend in the other direction, but that's just to demonstrate where the neutral point would be. Here, we need to correct by lifting up, pushing back. So we've got a nice long spine. The tailbone has to be tucked under slightly. Most people have it sticking out. We need to tuck it under. By tucking it under, takes away from here, adds here. Looking straight, being aware in all directions. This is just being aware forwards. So we want to balance it out. It took me a good couple of years of doing these kind of exercises every day whilst I was on a break from professional MMA competition at age 26 before I felt I'd really ironed out the majority of these imbalances in my body. Okay, so if you are going to spend hours in front of a computer, make sure you're looking straight ahead. Also, in MMA, boxing, Thai boxing, etc., a lot of fighters spending a lot of time in this position. Well, over the years, your spine is going to become that shaped. So you have to put in double the effort to make sure your posture is going to be good, and that's going to prevent problems in the long run. So here, the first simple exercise is you want to think of the chin being pushed in this direction, so backwards, and you want to think at the same time a piece of string lifting from the crown of your head directly up to the ceiling, and you're going to have both those forces applying at the same time. I'm going to demonstrate with my hands so it looks like this. And the idea being we want to spread some space, add some length here between the vertebrae. So just by doing this kind of motion, you don't have to do it with your hands once you've got the idea. This is just for demonstration purposes. Just 10 times a day is going to make a difference. The pelvic tilt is out of alignment for most people. For most people, this is happening. They're sticking their bum or their tailbone out, and that's going to accentuate this hollowing here. By correcting this, tucking it under this way, tailbone down, that already helps smooth out this part of the back. Now I'm going to demonstrate, if you can see this curve here, I'm exaggerating it, but this is what we want to eliminate. Okay, I'm now going to take the curve in the other direction, and so now it's sticking out this way, and then eventually you want to be able to find the middle point. Okay, that one of the best ways to find the middle point is by exploring the extremes. If you were to take a big sword and cut me in half, and you imagine balancing a ball, here we want to have this flat so the ball can balance. Okay, if the pelvis is out of alignment, then the surface becomes like this and the ball's going to roll off. Equally bad is too much in this way. Okay, so we want to try and have this flat. Okay, now we're going to look at some exercises on the ground which can help us gain control over our spine. These are known as effortless sit-ups. We want to very lightly hold your shins, everything relaxed. We start with our spine nice and upright, we put a bend in it, we let momentum and gravity do the work, and we posture up at the top again. So we're looking to use as minimum effort as possible. We're just alternating between a straight spine and a curved spine, letting gravity, momentum do the work. Once you've got the basic idea and feel for the movement, your attention shifts to feeling each of the vertebrae as the weight goes through it and they press into the mat. Again, bringing more awareness to the spine. So first of all, you want to lay flat, relax a little. Using a good exhale, just let everything, the shoulders just relax down and feel the contact of the ground on your body. The spine is long, which means we're imagining the chin tucking, pushing back, the crown lifting. Okay? The tailbone gently relaxing down to the ground, so the spine is lengthening in both directions. Now, we're trying to peel the vertebrae one by one off the mat, starting from the top. Really keeping your mind on the feeling of the vertebrae. Slower the better. And then you reverse it. So starting from the bottom, one by one, you're looking to feel the vertebrae make contact with the mat. Everything should be loose and relaxed, especially the arms and the legs. As you place the head back down, also thinking about lengthening the spine. I'll demonstrate one more time. Peeling. Posturing. And lowering. One by one by one. Now, if you're doing this for the first time, there's a very high chance that there's going to be portions, whole chunks in your spine, which you just won't be able to control and you'll struggle to even feel. So what I recommend is you start coming up and you suddenly notice you missed a whole section. So don't go any further than that. Just rewind it a little bit. Play, rewind, play. And just focusing on that area. So you're giving that area more attention, more time. And you'll quickly start to be able to control that area more. You can rock a little side to side, do a little rotation, just do whatever it takes to help feel that part in contact with the ground a bit more. Once you've got it, you can carry on going past it until you find the next chunk or single vertebrae which you haven't quite got control over, and repeat the process. If you're new to these kind of exercises, don't go too crazy thinking you're Neo from the Matrix. Take it easy, but every day if you practice, you'll notice quick improvements and your flexibility will start to shoot through the roof. Spine bends forward, back, left and right. I'm going to demonstrate from the side. It's not a hamstring stretch. Don't think the idea is to try and touch the floor with your hands. We're looking to place our mind in the spine and create equal space between all of the vertebrae. If this is my spine, you want to think like a flexible stick, putting a bend in it this way. So nice and slowly, no rush, placing the mind in the spine the whole way. And then coming up equally slowly, the shoulders will naturally drop into place, and then you posture nice and tall, imagining that piece of string lifting the crown straight up. For the backwards bends, you want to keep a little bit of engagement in your front area here and use your hands sliding down your hamstrings as support. The goal eventually is to be able to look at the floor. Use your hands to help support you as you come back up, and again looking to get that good posture at the end. For the sideways bend, it's very simple again. If you want, you can use your hand here for support. Feel all of this side opening, so it's not just the spine that's benefiting. As one hand lowers here, the other one rises, and you slowly take it over to the other side as well. Make sure you're using your breath with these exercises. If you hold your breath, it's just going to cause you to tense up and restrict your movement. In our hand, we want to imagine holding a bowl of water, and we don't want to spill any of the water. So throughout the exercise, we keep the palm up. So it's low, middle, high. All the way back down to low, middle, high. And then we can reverse the direction. High, middle, low. High, middle, low. Let me just show you from the side view now. Low, middle, high. Low, middle, high. Reverse the direction. Okay, so we've looked at spine bends. We've looked at gaining awareness and control of different parts of the spine. We've looked at spirals. Okay, another thing to consider is twisting. So instead of just this kind of motion, we're now talking about twisting of the vertebrae. Okay, again, this has to be practiced. This is another type of exercise which really works the twisting. Again, we have to loosen up all of the vertebrae. You want to start the twist from right down in the spine and let it travel up, all the way to the top. If you've been practicing ground fighting for many years, you're probably okay with your flexibility of your spine, and then the focus will shift more to the posture. One of the best ways to do that is standing practice, but we're going to cover that in another episode.